Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahil aliyyil azim. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammadin wa alihi at-tayyibin at-tahirin al-ma'sumin al-muntakhabin al-muntajabin al-mazlumin. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم كل وليك الخدشة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعات وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوى وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. صلوات بر محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم علي مع الحق والحق مع علي والحق يدور حيثما دار علي. صلوات بر محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على Alhamdulillah, we are grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who gave us this great opportunity that we can come into his house, Masjid-e-Ali in Luton, and spend the quality time here, inshallah. We've been discussing Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam as role model. Amir al-Mu'mineen's life is divided into different stages. We have discussed few of them. As we've been keep doing this, the first stage is the announcement from the birth of Amir al-Mu'mineen up to the announcement of prophethood, which was roughly 10 years. The second stage is the mission of the Holy Prophet until migration to Medina, which was 13 years, and then 10 years further under the supervision of the Holy Prophet. So 23 years of the Prophet life as Prophet, and 33 years altogether the life of Amir al-Mu'mineen under the supervision of the Holy Prophet. Then the next stage, the third stage was from the migration up to the demise of the Holy Prophet. And then the fourth stage is in the time of three caliphs for almost 25 years. So 33 and 25 makes 58. And then last 5 years of Amir al-Mu'mineen as the caliph. And in those 5 years, those years were with such a trouble, and there was such a civil wars among the Muslims. For 5 years, most of the time, Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam was engaged in the battles. The very first battle he had to fight against Nakithin. Nakithin, the people, they took the oath of allegiance, the bay'ah of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam, but then they broke it. And this battle is called the Battle of Jamal or Battle of Camel, which was led against Amir al-Mu'mineen by some of the big personalities within Islam. Those personalities were wife of the Holy Prophet, Aisha bint Abi Bakr, Zubair ibn Awam, the cousin of the Holy Prophet, Tila ibn Ubaidullah or Abidullah, and the fourth person was Abdullah ibn Zubair. There's another person who is very influential, but even before his birth, the Holy Prophet cursed him. That was Marwan ibn Hakam, who was basically escalating all the problems. And Abdullah ibn Zubair, he was with him in that case. So this first war which we discussed yesterday, that took place in between these personalities and the legitimate caliph of that time according to the Muslims. Well, according to Shia, Amir al-Mu'mineen is the Imam, and whoever comes against Imam alayhi salam, that person cannot be right. So yesterday we did discuss the battle of Camel. Today, inshallah ta'ala, we will go the second battle which Amir al-Mu'mineen had to fought. That was against Syria of that time, who was governed by Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan. Now, before going into the detail of these historical events, I just want to discuss a few of the ahadith of the Holy Prophets towards Imam Ali alayhi salam. First of the hadith, which is about Imam Ali alayhi salam, the Holy Prophet said, Harbu Aliyin Harbullah wa Silmu Aliyin Silmullah. If Ali fights against anyone, so this is the fight of Allah against anyone. So the fight of Ali is fight of Allah. And whomever Amirul Mu'mineen make a peace treaty, that peace is from Allah. Now, when we listen to this hadith of the Holy Prophet, obviously this Holy Prophet never speaks without the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that وَمَا يَنْتِقُ عَنِ الْهَوَىٰ إِنْ هُوَ إِلَّا وَحْيٌ يُوحَىٰ, that our Prophet never speaks but whatever is the revelation. So this is the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from Allah, that you tell these people that if you want to become against Ali alayhi salam, you are not against one of a creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but you are against the system of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the barrier, the holder of the system is now Ali. Then another hadith where the Holy Prophet says, Ya Aliyo, Harbuka harbi, was silmuka silmi. Ya Ali, whoever fight against you, that person fights against me. And then the Holy Prophet says that anyone who is in peace with you, that person is in peace with me. We are not here to judge anyone. But on the other hand, we will leave to the Muslims to decide themselves. Go into the history, go into the ahadith book. We have so many historical books available. One of a very famous Sunni historian, Muhammad ibn Saad, and he's got a book by the name of Tabaqat ibn Saad. Then Abu Ja'far Muhammad Jarir Tabari, he's got a book which is Tarikh al-Tabari. Then we have Tarikh or history of Ibn Khaldun, who is very late, but his book is one of a masterpiece, and especially when it comes to the preface of his historical book, that is something, another great thing. So in that case, if anybody wants to see these things, then we have another Sunni book by the name of Tarikh Abul Fida. You can see these facts there. Then we have another famous historical book, which is the history of Yaqubi. Even though someone said that Yaqubi was a Shia historian, but none of the historian was Shia among these all. If you want to see from the Shia perspective, then the first authentic book you can see is from Sheikh Mufid. So if you read that, then we have later on we have so many historians, but the historian which I have given you, these are from the initial part of Islam. So another hadith which we can discuss, this second hadith, Ya Aliyo, Harbuka harbi, Silmuka silmi, that whoever fight against you, they fight against me, the Holy Prophet said. And the one who is in peace with you, they are in peace with me. Then in another hadith, the Holy Prophet says, قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم لعلي عليه السلام تقاتل يا علي على تعويل القرآن كما قاتلت على تنزيله. This is a beautiful hadith. The Holy Prophet said that I fought against these people when the Quran was coming down and I was explaining them simple Quran. Simple Quran is straightforward in the sense that when people, the common people or lay people, when they hear Quran, they understand something from the text. For example, Aqimis Salat. But then you need a teacher who will explain what is the meaning of Aqimis Salat. Then, Wa'atis Zakat. Or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that Sumu or Tasumu, that keep fasting. Then we need a teacher. But this is like when the Quran was in the state of tanzeel, when the Quran was coming down verse by verse, surah by surah. Surah means a chapter. When it comes to the simple understanding of Quran, that is like a text. Then there is a translation if the person is in non-Arab. And then with the translation, there is another thing which is called tafsir. Tafsir means the commentary or interpretation. So sometime Quranic verse comes and there is a background of that Quranic verse. For example, if you remember Walid ibn Uqba, who led the prayer in the time of the third caliph, and instead of 2 rakat, he said 3 rakat. Now, this person, when he became Muslim, after that, when he was with the Holy Prophet, in the time of the Holy Prophet, he sent him to a tribe to go and collect the zakat, the charity. What is tafsir? I'm just giving you the background. So, in the past time when he was not Muslim, his tribe had a big problem, big trouble with the same tribe. When he went there, that was in his mind that when I was not Muslim, we had problem with this tribe, and if I go there, they might kill me. Instead of going and talk to them, he didn't go there. He came back and he lied to the Prophet that, Ya Rasulullah, I went there, but they tried to kill me. The Holy Prophet, just to teach this lesson to all the people, the Holy Prophet says that anyone who tries to kill the messenger of Allah, in that case, we will fight against that. But then Hazrat Jibreel al-Islam came with one of the Quranic verse in Surah Al-Hujurat, that whenever a person who is fasiq means who openly commits the sin, and he was known for his sin. So the one who openly commits the sin, if he brings a news, then before you do any action, always confirm the news first. So for example, now we see the simple translation or simple tafsir of the Quran for this Quranic verse, that whenever someone gives you a news, or you are on WhatsApp or Instagram or Facebook or through the media, if you listening to something, first go and check the news. Don't just forward it. So this is the general background or general tafsir, or there is one another thing called Shan-e-Nuzul, why this verse came. This verse came to inform Muslims that do not take the news here and there until you have the proof that this news is the truth. So this is the general understanding. But in the time of the Holy Prophet, there must be reason. But not for every single verse. Sometimes the verses came without any need of that time, but those were in the future time. So there's one thing to understand from the Quran, is that Quranic commentary has always 2 ways. One is the specific way, because an incident happened, and to cover that incident, a Quranic verse was revealed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the second is that it's a general rule. So whenever you have this problem, you should refer to this Quranic verse. Now, The Holy Prophet said, Ya Ali, that when I came as a prophet, I had to fight against these people on Tanzilul Quran. When the Quran was revealed, how to explain them the Quran, and they were not accepting. You have to fight against the same people on Ta'wilul Quran. Ta'wil is different than tafsir. If I give you simple understanding, simple explanation, you have Arabic, you have the translation, you have the interpretation of that translation or that Quranic verse or commentary. And commentary of the commentary is, which is the hidden tafsir of tafsir, that is called ta'wil. And that could be 100%, 180% different. For example, I give you example from the Quran. In the Quran, later on you will read in Surah Al-Baqarah that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that when you have finished the ihram of the Hajj, the resident of the Makkah, they had a tradition before Islam. Once they completed Hajj, they never used to use the front door of their house. They used to come from the back door. That was their tradition. Because once you have completed Umrah, then you have the Hajj. Umrah and Hajj is a package altogether. So everything doesn't become halal for you till you complete Hajj. Some of the things become halal for you once you have done Umrah Tamattu. I don't want to go into the detail. But they had, when they are in the middle of the Hajj, they had this tradition not to use the front door of the house, to use the back door of the house. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says it doesn't make, in the Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah, it doesn't make any difference. What is ta'wil? I'm trying to explain this thing because this battle of Siffin took place against these things, and Amir al-Mu'mineen was implementing the ta'wil of Quran. Ta'wil could be totally different than tafsir of Quran, because ta'wil is the tafsir of tafsir, yani hidden of the hidden. Tafsir itself is hidden sometime. So these people, they used to come from the back of the house. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded them, then it is not righteousness that you come from back of the house. Just use front door or back door, it doesn't make any difference. A person came to our fifth Imam, Imam Bakr al-Islam, and he asked that, what is the meaning of this? That the people, they enter from the front of the house or back of the house, doesn't make any difference. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands in the verse that people must come from the door of the house, because the people, they didn't have the back door, they used to jump from the back wall into their house for that tradition. Imam alayhi salam said, what do people say? People say it was a tradition to stop this tradition. Now Imam brought, this is tanzil, this is the simple tafsir. Now Imam brings the ta'wil. Imam said no, there is a ta'wil of that. Ta'wil means yani tafsir of tafsir. And this companion of Imam alayhi salam asked, what is the ta'wil? He said that if you want to acquire knowledge of Islam, come to Babul Ilm. This is totally different. Yani if you jump from the wall into the house, or if you try to take a back door towards the Holy Prophet, you will not have the true knowledge. If you want to have the true knowledge of Islam, then you have to listen to the Holy Prophet. The Holy Prophet says, Ana Madinatul Ilmi wa Aliyun Babuha. That I am the city of the knowledge and Ali is its door, so come through the door. And I am Darul Hikmah, I am the house of wisdom, and Aliyun Babuha, and Ali is the door of that hikmah. So now this is ta'wil. So ta'wil could be totally different than tafsir. Now if you go into the history, why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent down, if you're not connected to Ahlul Bayt, then you take the simple tafsir. What is a simple tafsir? That people, they used to have this tradition to enter from the back of their house. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded them, do not enter from the back of the house, always come from the front. So simple is that, finished. Okay, this tradition was for a little period of time in Arabs. But now 56 countries are Muslim. What is the tafsir for them? If you say no, this was only for that time, then I'm sorry, I have to say that this Quranic verse is not useful for the people of the future. When there is not a single Quranic verse who is not in use even for the future. You bring any Quranic verse, we might not have the knowledge about this verse, but you will see that there is a use, this verse is for the future time. Every single verse is a new verse every day. This is another saying of Imam Baqir alayhi salam. He says that you see that it's morning, 6 o'clock, the sun rises 6:30. This is the same sun. He said, no, this is not the same sun. The sun is moving. Like the earth is moving around the sun is moving itself as well. It's like you are traveling from, say, from Lee railway station to St. Pancras. Now, you have left the station Lee Grave. You will never come back to Lee Grave unless you take a U-turn. And there is no U-turn for these things. Everything is traveling. And there is a central point for those things, which these things are revolving. That is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, this battle of Siffin, inshallah, we start. We have 24 minutes. Say loud salawat, please. Say another salawat, please. आगे जाने इसको पढ़ूंगा कैसे मैं? नहीं लेकिन चलें ठीक. So the battle of Siffin, if we go into the background and inshallah we try to cover few of the bullet points. Battle of Siffin is straight in the battleground last around 13 months. Why am I emphasizing on 13 months? Because Amirul Mu'mineen's whole reign, whole Khilafah period is less than 5 years. So 13 months was wasted in the battleground, few months for the preparation of that war, and almost a year and a half the side effect of that battle. Amirul Mu'mineen had an army, because Amirul Mu'mineen sent his governor to Syria and said, go and take over from Muawiyah and send Muawiyah back to me. He was the governor. And he was the governor there with his brother for 37 after Hijrah. So he was there for last 21 years. For 4 or 5 years, his brother was the governor. Now he's there. The messenger went to him and he said that the governor is coming and you should go back to Amirul Mu'mineen, report him. He sent the messenger back and he said that, tell Ali alayhi salam that I will not leave Damascus until you kill the killers of Usman ibn Affan, because these people are in your army. He set up this political stunt to have a reason. Then Amirul Mu'mineen sent Muhammad ibn Abi Bakr, son of the first caliph, Abu Bakr ibn Abi Quhafa. He sent him, go and take over from him. But on the way, him and his old companion were killed. And while he was alive, he was put into the skin of a donkey, and then they sew this donkey's skin, then they put him alive into the fire. That is Muhammad ibn Abi Bakr. Why don't you tell them the historical fact? Who killed the son of Abi Bakr? Who killed the wife of the Holy Prophet later on? When Muawiyah went to Medina, once he became the king, and wife of the Holy Prophet, Aisha bint Abi Bakr, he went to her and she said, I don't want to talk to you. The day you burnt my brother, I never ate meat. You burnt my brother. Muawiyah knew that she is an influential personality and she can create political problem. But he called and he killed her, full stop. How she was killed, I'll leave on to the people, they want to do the research. But when it comes to Muawiyah, Muawiyah is the great savior. Still we have got so many people. They say that whatever we had, that is because of Muawiyah. And he's the one who basically imposed this name of Ahlul Jamaat. Because according to him, so-called this peace treaty between him and Imam Hassan and Mujtaba al-Islam brought all the Muslims to one platform to make one Jamaat. Anyway, so he was there. When he killed Muhammad bin Abi Bakr and Imam Ali al-Islam, he tried several times to call him back and to replace him. But he was not giving up. He was there for 21 years. He was so powerful. So he had an army of over 100,000 soldiers. And this army was such a devoted army to him. In Najul Balagha, Amirul Mu'mineen says that Muawiyah is the Imam of wrong, Batil. But his followers, they are so devoted to him. And I am the Imam of Haq, the truth. But I don't have even 10 people like him. And he's got thousands of people like this. I give you one example of the soldier of Muawiyah, and then we go straight into the battle, and I try to complete this, because we only want to pick a few things from the battle. We're not going into the history. What kind of soldier with the Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan, one of a companion of Amirul Mu'mineen, he went to Syria. He's had a she-camel. He tied up the she-camel, and while he was sleeping under the tree, someone came and took his she-camel. So when he woke up, he tried to find his she-camel, and he saw there's a person who's holding the rein of the she-camel. He said, this she-camel belongs to me. He said, no, this belongs to me. End of the day, the case was taken into the court of Muawiyah, because this was a setup of Muawiyah. He knew that this is companion of Imam Ali alayhi salam. He wanted to send a message to Ali alayhi salam. So when this case went into the court of Muawiyah, this person, the companion of Imam Ali alayhi salam, he said, I'm your guest, I came here. And this person, he took the she-camel. So can you command him to give me this she-camel back? And Muawiyah said that if it belongs to you, you will take it back. You will get it back. But you said that you got she-camel. He said, yes. He said, but this is not she-camel. It's a male. It's a camel. When it was she-camel. He said, no, you can see it. And Muawiyah said, no, it is a camel. It's not a she-camel. It's not female. It's a male. He said, no, I can see it clearly. He said, no, you can ask anyone. There were hundreds of people standing in the courtyard, and he called 10, 15 of them, said, one by one, check and tell me if it's a she-camel or camel. It was a she-camel. Every single person went there, maybe 10, 15, 20, 30 people, and every single person said, it's a camel, it's not even a female. So this person, he became hopeless. He said, okay, what can I do? When he was turning back, Muawiyah said, come to me. So when this companion of Imam Ali alayhi salam went to him, he said, it is a she-camel. You are right. And you take this. I'm giving you this back. But go and give my message to Ali alayhi salam that I am bringing 100,000 people like this. They don't have a brain. Whatever I say, they listen and they believe. So these kind of people fighting against Imam Ali alayhi salam in the battle of Siffin. So both the army, they met, which this place is in between Iraq and Basra, near Basra in Iraq. So 110,000 from Imam Ali alayhi salam, 100 plus. So army in weight was almost the same. This fight took 13 months in the battleground. 13 months. For 13 months, providing the food and water for over 200,000 people from both sides. There are so many great incidents. I just want to mention one, two incidents by the time our time will be up. When the Muawiyah army came and they saw there is only one big pound of water. Obviously, you got 100,000 of people, 100,000 plus people with Muawiyah and 100,000 plus with Imam Ali alayhi salam. They haven't reached the battleground yet. They reached before. And they occupied this water and they said, don't give water to the army of Ali alayhi salam. So when Imam Ali alayhi salam army came, they had some water. When they were nearly running out the water, Imam Ali alayhi salam sent some of the people to the pond and said that we need some water as well. We will fight, but water is for everyone. And the soldier, they were placed there, they were commanded, Muawiyah, don't give them water. Even though Amr ibn As, he was one of a very close companion of Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan, he said, don't stop water from Ali and Ali's soldier. If they fight, they will overcome the water and you will be degraded before them. So don't do this. I said, no, I will not let them to have this water. So Imam Ali alayhi salam sent few of the soldiers, they denied, they fought and they killed and injured some of the soldiers of Imam Ali alayhi salam. Then at last Imam Ali alayhi salam called Malik-e-Ashtar. Malik-e-Ashtar was the most bravest person after Imam Ali alayhi salam in that battle. He was a person with such a power. While the people, the opponent, they are running on the back of the horse, he used to grab them with a jump with their collars and smash them on the floor. This is his tiny bit of power. That's Malik-e-Ashtar. Malik-e-Ashtar was sent to this pound and within few hours he killed most of them and some of them they ran away. And the Muslim Imam Ali alayhi salam's army occupied the palm. Malik-e-Ashtar came back and said, Ya Ali, we have got the water now. What is the command? Imam said, go and announce that everybody is most welcome to take water even from the army of Muawiyah. That's the difference between Ali and the Ali opposition of Ali. We are discussing here not the historical facts. We're taking some advantage, some lesson from there. But the main thing is here, even though if you are fighting against your enemy, the basic rights of your enemies cannot be ruined from you. What does that mean? When the Holy Prophet used to come and fight against the enemy, he used to place a person with a loud voice and said, make some announcement from my side. Number one, do not cut the trees of the enemy. Do not burn the crops of your enemy. Do not damage their wealth. Do not kill the children. Do not attack the elderly people. Do not attack the women. These were the instructions. Anybody throws his weapon, do not attack them. Anybody runs away from the battleground, do not follow them. These were the instructions. Exactly the same instruction from Imam Ali alayhi salam. Normally when we hear about Imam Ali alayhi salam on 13th of Rajab, some of the mankabat, we hear some of the mankabat about the horse of Imam Ali alayhi salam as well. That it was such a horse. No. Imam Ali alayhi salam had the most laziest horse. You're going to say that why? Imam Ali and having Imam Ali the great soldier and he's got a laziest horse. Someone asked, Ya Ali, you are such a warrior. There is no one who can be compared to you in the world. But look at your horse. Why don't you have a brisk and fast horse? And Imam Ali al-Islam replied, you need a brisk, fast horse for two things. Number one is to run away from the battleground, which Ali will not do. The second thing is to follow your enemy. And if anyone who runs away from Ali, Ali always forgive them. So Ali don't need this brisk horse. Aghajan, another thing which need to be mentioned, the very first person was called to give them the peace towards the army of Muawiyah. He called his own son, Muhammad Hanafiya. He called his son and said, Muhammad, you come here, take this message from me towards the army of Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan and tell them that we are here and we don't want to fight, because both sides, even though the Muslim you have got, you have gave them the wrong information and these people wrongly believe on you, but end of the day these all are Muslim. And I don't want to kill the Muslims. I don't want to allow the Muslim to kill Muslim. So I urge you to accept this message, give up, and I will do a judgment on your government. So before that, when he gave this message, before that, Imam Ali al-Islam asked from his army, is there any person who is among them ready to become the first martyred, shaheed? One of a young man quickly stood up. He said, Ya Ali, I'm available. Ali said, you will not come back alive. You will die. He said, I want to sacrifice my life for you and for Islam. So Imam said, okay, take the Quran and give them the Quran. I know their answer, but I have to do this to complete the hujjah upon them. So Amir al-Mu'mineen sent this young man. This young man took the Quran. He went before the army of Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan and he told them that this is the Quran and Quran is in between you and us. Whatever Quran says, because Ali alayhi salam is the legitimate caliph, he is the Imam. If you do not accept him as Imam, again, he is the one who was appointed by all the Muslims of Medina and the people that came from other cities. So he is the legitimate caliph. If you accept them, there is a peace between you and us. In the answer, there were 100 of arrow came and this person became shaheed. When he was taken out, the second person Imam Ali al-Islam called, that was Muhammad Hanafiya. Muhammad Hanafiya, one of the son of Imam Ali al-Islam. He was commanded by Imam Ali al-Islam, go and tell them that you have killed our messenger. It will be fight. Go and try to go as much into their army as much you can go. Muhammad Hanafiya, he sat on the back of the horse. He took the shield. And while he was traveling towards the army, there were so many arrow came. So he hardly saved himself through the shield and he came back. Amir al-Mu'mineen, from another lesson from the life of Amir al-Mu'mineen. Amir al-Mu'mineen al-Islam was watching him from the back. And Ali al-Islam became so angry on his son. In Nahj al-Balagha, this khutbah is there when I sent Muhammad Hanafiya into the battleground. Amir al-Mu'mineen, he left his army and he, on the back of the horse, he ran towards the army of Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan. And when he reached his son, he was coming back, Muhammad Hanafiya. He was holding the sword in his hand and one hand with the shield and the rein of the horse. He was holding the sword. He reached Muhammad Hanafiya and he stopped there. While Muhammad Hanafiya, his face was towards Ali's army and back towards Muawiyah's army. When Imam Ali al-Islam was facing the army of Muawiyah, Imam Ali al-Islam, he raised his hand and he punched into the back of his son Muhammad Hanafiya. from the back of the sword. He said, this is the milk of your mother, not the bravery of Ali. Why did you come back? This is not the way. Look at Ali, who is 60 years old now. Imam Ali is 60 years old. He said, look at your father. Imam Ali went straight into the army of Muawiyah. There was no person there, and they all left the battleground up to 500, 600, 800 yards. They all went back. And Imam Ali went straight against the tent of Muawiyah. And then he said, I am the son of Abu Talib. Why are you making these Muslims kill? Come outside and have fight with me. If you kill me, everything is yours. And if I kill you, the fitna will die. Amr ibn As, who was in the tent next to Muawiyah, he said that Ali said a beautiful thing. Why don't you go outside? Now listen to this. Truth, what is coming from the mouth of the enemies. He said, why don't you listen to Ali alayhi salam? Ali said a beautiful thing. He is inviting you to fight, go and fight. And if you overcome, the whole government, Islamic government is yours. And it will be legitimate as well because you have killed Imam Ali alayhi salam, na'uzubillah. Muawiyah, the historian says, Muawiyah, what he did, he jumped from his place and he grabbed the beard of Amr ibn As and he slapped him on the face. He said, you want to take my army and Syria? I heard from the Holy Prophet. Now this is coming from the mouth of this cursed Muawiyah. Now coming from his mouth, he said that I heard from the Holy Prophet, Ya Ali, if you lift up your sword against the whole Arab, and whole Arab is included this whole Middle East, there are 22 countries. If the whole Arab is one side and Ya Ali, you are on one side, you will be the Fatih of that battle. He said, Ali is the one who's going to be the winner. So how could I stand against Ali alayhi salam? But then Imam Ali alayhi salam came back. This battle took such a time. And the time comes when Imam Ali alayhi salam's army was just few strikes away to win the battle. All their big soldiers, the big wrestlers, they were killed with the hands of Hazrat Malik Ashtar. But that is the time when this Satan, Amr ibn As, he said to Muawiyah, get all the papers of Quran together, put them onto the spears and show these to the army of Ali alayhi salam. They were just surrounding the tent of Muawiyah and few of the other tents. As soon they put the Quran there, all the people they stopped. Said, we will not fight against Quran. And the people standing obviously from far, the army of Imam Ali alayhi salam, they were watching as well. When they looked at these Qurans, they said, Ya Ali, we will not fight against Quran. Ali said, haven't you heard from the Holy Prophet? That is Quran-e-Samit, the silent Quran. I am Quran-e-Natik. And I'm telling you, this is a political trick. But they said, Ya Ali, if you don't call back Malik Ashtar, we all will attack you. The time is up. I don't want to finish it because here are some very painful points about the great personality Amir al-Mu'mineen al-Islam. Inshallah, with the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave me the health and life, inshallah ta'ala, we'll describe tomorrow. Say aloud salawat, please. Allahumma salli.